Istanbul doesn't ease you in. It hits you all at once. The call to prayer bouncing off 7 hills, the smell of bread and diesel and salt air off the Bosphorus, and beneath it all, this low, constant hum of a city that's been trading, arguing, and negotiating for the better part of 3,000 years. Today, we're going deep into the oldest commercial heart of this city. First, the Grand Bazaar, one of the oldest and largest covered markets in the world, and then further down towards the water, the Egyptian Spice Bazaar. 2 markets separated by about 15 minutes on foot and about 400 years of history, both very much still alive, very loud, and genuinely overwhelming in the best possible way. But before we get swallowed up by all of that, let's walk there because the journey is half the story. And Istanbul has decided to rain. Not heavily, it's more of a persistent, moody drizzle that turns every cobblestone on Divan Yolu into a little mirror. Divan Yolu is one of those streets that layers history so thickly you can feel it underfoot. This was literally the road Roman emperors rode in triumph. The Byzantine Meze, the middle street, ran right here. The column of Constantine, just back there, standing a little lopsided and somewhat charred, feels appropriate. The street slopes gently uphill past the old tram stop, past vendors who've already set up despite the rain. One man selling simit on a red cart, the bread rings stacked in a perfect tower, steam rising off of them. I almost stopped. I always almost stop for simit. And then you see it, or rather, you see the entrance, which doesn't quite prepare you for what's inside. There's a stone gate, a proper Ottoman arch, with worn lettering over it. And beyond it, the street narrows and gets swallowed up by the building. The ceiling above me right now, do you see that? Painted in blues, reds, and golds, arching maybe 8 meters overhead. Every corridor has its own vault, and when they catch the light from the small skylights into the roof, the whole place glows like the inside of a lantern. So here's what nobody tells you about the Grand Bazaar. It's not just one market. It is 61 covered streets, over 4,000 shops, and somewhere around 15 to 20 gates in and out. It was built in 1455. 2 years after the Ottoman conquest of Constantinople, and it has been continuously trading ever since. Wars, fires, earthquakes, still here, still open, still absolutely relentless. The market is loosely organized by trade, or it used to be. There was a time when every street had its guild, its own commodity. The jewelers here, the carpet merchants there, the silk weavers over that way, and you can still see the logic of it if you pay attention. This is the Kuyum Kular Karsisi, the goldsmith's market, and it's gold everywhere. Cases and cases of it, lit from beneath so everything shimmers, and it's genuinely dazzling. These aren't sleepy antique shops. The jewelers are working, weighing, negotiating. A woman in her 60s is trying on earrings with the kind of focused seriousness that suggests this is a major purchase. A man is on his phone, glancing down at a tray of pendants. Life is happening here. Sellers know exactly what they're doing, by the way. Within about 30 seconds of slowing your walk even slightly, you'll hear, "Yes, please, looking is free." And they're not wrong. Looking is free. Looking is actively encouraged. Just know that once you start looking, leaving gets complicated. After maybe an hour, could be longer, it's difficult to track time in here, which I suspect is intentional. We emerge out of the bazaar on the far side, back into daylight and rain. The transition is always slightly shocking. You go from that warm, sealed, golden world into the cold air and the sound of traffic, and it takes a moment to calibrate. But we're not done, not even close, because downhill towards the water is somewhere I think I love even more. After taking a 4-stop tram ride to Eminönü and getting off, you smell the roasting chestnuts from a cart near the corner. And then you see it ahead, the long stone facade of the Misir Karsisi, the Egyptian bazaar, the spice market. Built in 1660 as part of the Yeni Kamai complex, and still 3.5 centuries later doing exactly what it was designed to do. Okay, take a breath. Do you smell that? Because I genuinely cannot do justice to what this place smells like. It's layered. Saffron up top, something earthy underneath, and then dried rose petals, then cumin, then something sweet and slightly medicinal that I can never quite identify. It hits you the moment you walk in, and it doesn't let up. The Turkish delight situation here needs to be addressed seriously, because this is not the Turkish delight from the back of a tourist shop or, heaven forbid, from the airport. This is rosewater and pistachio, real mastic resin, pomegranate and walnut. It's cut in front of you, dusted with icing sugar, wrapped in paper. I buy some and I've never once regretted it. The spice market is smaller than the Grand Bazaar. One L-shaped hall, maybe 80 or 90 stalls. But it's dense. Every shop is a visual arrangement for excess. Sacks of spices arranged in the front of each stall in arcs of color, turmeric, paprika, sumac, dried mint, and black cumin, with towers of lokum behind them. Then shelves of herbal teas, jars of ajvar, cured meats hanging from hooks overhead. Then, as we were walking through the Spice Bazaar, this young man at stall 54 at a shop called Alaturka caught my eye and grabbed my attention.
Because everything is natural.
Yeah.
To make it, it's very easy. Only 1 spoon with some hot water, then you can drink it. You don't have to add sugar because there is already sugar inside.
Okay.
With stevia also. And
Okay.
also we have herbs tea, like you have to put in hot water and wait 15 minutes, then drink it. We have, for example, for blood pressure, relaxing tea. We have detoxing tea, vitamin C for diabetes, for cholesterol. Wow. We have cold flu tea, and we have the stomach tea. All of those teas, like coming from Turkey, it's our mix, and it's help like each one. For example, this one, if you have problems in sleeping, headache, stress, we have the Sultan tea. If you have blood pressure and also help you to clean the blood, we have the detox tea for cleaning the stomach and protecting also.
Okay.
We have the citrus tea, like we can for vitamins because there is orange, lemon, and dried fruits inside. We have diabetes tea for the level of the sugar in the blood.
Wow,
Also,
very nice.
like we have 3 different kind of saffron. This is the first one, first quality, which you can use like medication.
Yes.
And also for food, brother. It's very good for the diabetes.
Oh, it
and
smells
also-
very nice.
Exactly. It's for diabetes and for cancer, also for
Yeah.
Alzheimer.
Yeah,
It's
saffron
okay.
is amazing stuff. Yeah.
As you see here, sir, like we have different spices which coming all around the world. We have this curry, the curcuma coming from India. Also, we have like mixed spices. For example, we have the kebab spice, we have the Osman spice, which is
Nice.
a Turkish famous spices.
Do you want to introduce yourself? What I didn't catch your name. What's your
Yeah,
name?
my name is Imad, and
Imad.
we are in the Egyptian Bazaar.
Yeah,
54
excellent.
number.
54,
shop
alright.
name is Alaturka. And also, sir,
Yeah.
like we have everything like Turkish delights without sugar, with sugar. We have also dry fruits without sugar, with sugar. Also, we
Wow.
have essential perfumes.
Oh,
Like
wow,
at least
right.
when you put in your skin, at least 24 hours. Also, we have
Dried
like Turkey.
fruits and
It's very
nuts and
famous of
everything.
the
Pistachios, yes, yes,
Like
yes.
we have like different kind of pistachios. We have chocolates,
Nice.
nuts, and also cashew, different things, almonds.
Very nice, very
And this
nice.
is the shop, sir, as you see. We are in the Egyptian Bazaar.
All right, so if you're in the Egyptian Bazaar,
Yeah.
come and see my friend over here,
Imad,
and
this
he will
is-
take care of you.
Yeah. Always.
After all of that walking, I definitely needed a sweet treat to boost my energy. And we made our way down to the most famous baklava shop in the entire world, Hafiz Mustafa. Hafiz Mustafa is the most famous baklava place in the world, with a bunch of locations in Turkey, one in Dubai Mall, one in London, and I think maybe there's another one in Dubai. You guys check, let me know in the comments if there's 2 in Dubai. I know for sure there's one in Dubai Mall, and I know for sure there's one in London, and the rest are in Turkey itself. But if you're in Istanbul or anywhere in Turkey, make sure you go to Hafiz Mustafa. The baklava is amazing, melts in your mouth, so sweet. It is definitely a little pricier than other places, but definitely get some from Hafiz Mustafa. Bring some home, have some while you're there. You will not be disappointed. I can't tell you how many people I saw with those signature red bags walking around the streets. After having some sweets and a Turkish tea at Hafiz Mustafa, it was time to head back to the hotel. Hope you guys enjoyed my little tour of the Grand Bazaar and the Spice Market, and make sure to let me know in the comments what you enjoyed, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Until the next time, safe travels.